Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. Happy Thursday. Hope everybody is doing well. Uh, yeah, sorry for taking a little bit of a while to get to the just chatting screen after hitting the go live. I kind of had to rush eating my dinner, and then I had some other things I needed to take care of. So, I figured let me knock those out real quick, and then we'll go to the just chatting screen. By the way, I made one of my favorite dishes recently, which is called a telur masa kicap. It's an egg dish from originating from Malaysia, and sorry, I got distracted by something. But yeah, it's an egg dish from Malaysia, and you serve it over rice, and it consists of like soy sauce, chilies, and sesame oil. And this time I added 2 serranos and 3 bird's eye chilies, and that gave me a whole new level of heat. I mean, it was good, but dang, it really gets your sinuses going. But everybody, as you can see from the title and from the category, we are playing Honkai Star Rail. We're going to be continuing the 3.2 story and hopefully finishing it today. But we'll see where it leads. So last we left off, we went to the Domain of Death with Castorice, our waifu. And Castorice basically, for those, okay, so real quick, for anybody who is not caught up to the Honkai Star Rail story yet, spoiler alert, and I'll give you a minute to mute. Also, everybody, we are voting for Husbando of the Week today, so if you want to see your favorite video game or anime husband to win, all you need to do is nominate them in the Discord. All I ask is video game or anime characters only, and no shotas, please. It should go without saying, but no shotas, please. I don't care if they're 500 years old. If they look like a kid, they're not eligible, and please don't nominate them. Also, I have not... Oh wait, why is my reactive up? There we go. Let's see. Also, I haven't done my trick or treat yet. Let me see what comes up.
You've been pranked!
Ah, I got pranked. Oh, well. Oh, before we get into the story, though, we do have one thing to watch. It's a new Daily Dose of Internet. We're not going to be spending too much time on watching things, though, because I have no idea how much further we have left to go in. But we'll see but we'll see. Also, we just met Cypher, and I like her even more now. Like, I already liked her design, but then hearing her voice, and it's a lot more sultry than I was expecting, was pretty nice. There we go. I had to post the rest of my socials that I'm live. But yeah, everybody. So we're not gonna be spending too much time on the just chatting screen because, like I said, I don't know how long the story is. So let me go ahead and go to the game screen. Let's watch the newest Daily Dose of Internet, and then we'll continue on with the story. So let me pause the music because that's going to clash. And also, let me make sure that the browser audio is going through. Excuse me. See, Giant Baby won't stop growing. Oh, wonder what the first video is going to be about. That's a baby? Oh, you missed. Party foul. Oh, wait, never mind. They salvaged some of it. This is why you don't throw random chemicals in the garbage, people. Ah! I hope everybody was okay. Oh, yeah, really doesn't like dogs. Hey. Ooh, nailed it. Funny, usually when I see people throwing garbage behind their backs like that, it usually doesn't end well. Like, also, the giant ice, thanks for adding yet another reason why I couldn't live in a city itself. Oh, yep, that's what I usually expect when that happens. When they try to throw garbage behind them. Wait, hang on, what? I have never seen this happen before. Oh, I was expecting that to happen, but that doesn't make it any less, all that sucks. Oh, oops. Yo, that's scary. Can you imagine passing out while skydiving? There's something you don't see every day. Wait, why? Yeah, there's a lot of things that I would buy online. Dentures is not one of them. That's left to be done by freshly. What are the odds of that happening? Oh, oh dear. Hope nobody was hurt at least. Poor dog. Something went wrong at the menu. Something went wrong on like the manufacturing side. Well, glad nobody was in the building when it happened at least. Mm, that kid's going places. Yo, that's crazy. Wait, what? Uh, the justice served. Yeah, that's a rare instance where I actually see people do what they're supposed to do. When you encounter a bear like that in the woods, you have to make as much noise as possible, scare them off. That poor dog. Oh, into the trash. Hey, here's an idea. Maybe instead of laughing, you could, I don't know, tell them what they're doing wrong. Well, at least fell asleep at the wheel. That would be my guess. Fell asleep at the wheel. Like, yeah, that'd be my guess. And oh, well, that's Husbando of the Week. At around the hour and a half mark, everybody, we're gonna vote for Husbando of the Week. And again, everybody, not spending too much time just chatting because I don't know how much story I've got left, so... Oh, yeah. Oh, excuse me. As you can see, I've got 70 wishes saved up. Or 70 pulls, I should say. But yeah, let's go back to Styxia. Let's see, if we finish early, I'm not sure what we'll do. We'll probably either start the event, or we'll do trigger story quests in Zenless Zone 0. We'll see. And I just realized I had my the title of my video mistyped. There we go. Over on the YouTube side.
Then, let the ritual begin. And now, the objective is complete. That is all. Such is what Professor Anaxa always says after preparing for an alchemical ritual. And now, Pollux, I shall lift you from the river of souls and reforge your soul. Perhaps you will be disturbed by this, and your body may become horrifying to behold. But if even the slightest trace of your soul remains, the soul that once ferried me to this side of the shore, then please, look at me. I wish to thank you in person. I have obtained everything you sacrificed your divinity for. Lady Almanette.
Did she recognize you? Oh, she must be the first soul we can communicate with here, right?
I'm afraid she is just another spirit trapped here, like the rest of them. The only difference is that I was there when she died. Please, go on. I'm listening. Are you about to tell the story of Styxia?
Yes. You're just as smart as I imagined, but... never mind. Now's not the time.
There's no need to worry, Elder. Take a look around you. You're already at the resting place of the dead.
The world of the dead? But how?
I understand that you chose to remain silent about the story to protect Castorice, the girl who coexists with death.
Sorry, I had to pop my neck.
But you no longer need to hide that story. I can assure you that you have protected that girl's life well.
Oh. Well, in that case, let me begin. Styxia, the pearl of the ocean, plagued by unwarranted calamity and ravaged by death in the fairy tale. It was the first city-state to shift their faith towards death, even before Idonia did. From where you stand now, I suppose that's a bit hard to believe. Right?
Indeed. I cannot imagine that those from the Era Chrysia, blessed with eternal life, could ever yearn for death.
I have pondered the same question, child. But I am afraid there is no clear answer to it.
Journeys and epics are only glorious and magnificent because all things eventually fade to dust. That's how someone once explained to me why death is necessary to the world. But I still can't take that as the final answer. Would a world without journeys and epics be worse off?
I take it the one who spoke this line was a general, or perhaps a warrior. I, however, did find some inspiration in these words. Would you like to hear my thoughts, Castorice?
Please enlighten me, Lady Amonette. Though I have already made up my mind on how to handle the authority and core flame of death. Your words might truly guide me toward the path forward.
You and I are neither warriors nor generals. Therefore, journeys and epics cannot truly resonate with us. But what if I reframe it like this? What if love is not a trait bestowed upon mortals by Nestia, but a blessing from death?
Love.
No one ever invented the word cherish in the era when life was eternal. For all the good things in the world could be revisited endlessly, and every bond formed carried no risk of being severed. The so-called Era Chrysia was an age devoid of both virtue and sin. People did not truly live. They simply existed, going through the motions without passion or purpose, then waiting for something to happen. Perhaps the people of Styxia chose to embrace death not out of fascination with its cruel and fearsome side, but instead became fixated and obsessed with the impulses and desires tied to a finite existence.
Therefore, death is not a thing of fear and desperation, but
That's right, Castorice. It is the reason we shed tears when parting ways, and also the original spark that ignited the passion of mortals. If you truly intend to deprive the world of death, then be prepared to witness it return to a state of stagnation.
I understand, Lady Amonette. Our limited lifespan shapes all that we know and love. Not even the Death Titan has the right to take that away from humankind again. Nestia's love was the chrysalis of Gold's first blessing, but it most likely wasn't understood by mankind. We only learned to interpret this wonderful gift after Thanatos' arrival. If the world was bereft of death, then the Queen of Styxia wouldn't have played midwife in delivering me into this world. You wouldn't have welcomed me into Idonia, and Aglaya would never have invited me to join the Flame Chase journey. None of these stories would ever have happened. And I would never have lived, let alone found happiness. Thank you, Mother.
Aww.
I will use all the love I've experienced in this long life to complete the final miracle. My teacher, Anaxagoras, grant me the wisdom of all things. I call upon thee, the stripped dead dragon's corpse.
Hi, Asuna. Congrats for cooking first.
Rises from the earth, falls from the sky.
Is that a dragon?
As above, so below. This is the greatest power of all powers. Unstoppable in this world. The great work that commands all death. I shall grant you embrace.
But Asuna, how are you doing today? It's so good to see you. When an ally target's HP is reduced, it can use Desperate Bubble.
Is the girl who once saved my life truly gone?
But Asuna, how are you
Or will
doing
you
today?
show yourself again once we have
let me give you a
eradicated this
shout out.
hatred and regret?
Everybody, please go check out Asuna. They're absolutely amazing.
Time to mix things up.
Please chair it as you wish.
And Vexus, welcome on in, buddy.
And I know you're anxious. Shh.
You've been
Don't be afraid.
Nice, I can my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Mimi! Mimi!
Life isn't built here.
Step up, let's it ain't over.
Mimi, Mimi!
Nothing.
Embrace a new life.
Is it coming? Hiding the west wind? Away we go!
There's no more need to
Phase
weep in
two.
grief. I will grant you peace. Yes, it's me. I'm back. Be careful. They may be moving by instinct, but there is fury welling up within them. Embrace a new life.
In the mood for another beating? How's this taste?
Me! Mimi!
Life is not darkness with me. Please
I'm okay.
don't turn back to the nether realm.
I'm okay. I have a... Oh,
Oh, death. Sleep in peace.
I'm okay. I have a really sore throat and I've been coughing all day. I'm sorry to hear that, Asuna. Hope you feel better soon. And Vexus, how
I'm
you doing
sorry
today,
I
buddy?
have to wake you up from ancient death. And I know you're anxious. Shh. Don't be afraid. Do you remember me? I'm the girl you once carried across the Sea of Souls. I'm sorry I wasn't able to remember you, but with the help of many people,
Vexus,
I
I
was
don't
finally
understand what you
able to
mean by
pick
that.
up these broken fragments of my past. I'm back, Pollux. I know this might not be what you wanted.
Said sleep in peace. Okay. I mean, I get it now, but that was a little bit of a stretch there, Vexus.
But I have to do this. So please, carry me across the Sea of Souls again and return me to the Netherrealm, just like you did in the past. Please take me to where the core flame of death rests. I'll be going now.
Great, let's go.
They may look scary, but as long
What's happening?
What's wrong?
I'm done for.
Are you...
What's wrong with her?
Her time is almost up. If I don't go now, I'm afraid her soul will return to Thanatos' embrace before me.
What? Oh no! Is there anything we can do?
Don't worry. I promised I would ask Thanatos for the Trailblazers' right to roam the Earth again. Mem, stay here and keep a close watch until I return, all right?
All right. I'm the best at taking care of others. Go on, Cass. Make sure not to leave yourself with any regrets.
No regrets.
It's a deal then. Please. Wait for me.
Oh, you sit in your little dinghy, eager to hear my song follow closely behind. Venture not with me into the vast area of that sea, for perhaps without seeing me you will... Hey!
After all that, you still ended up back here.
Is this the Netherworld?
So the legends were true. The Netherrealm really is a sea of flowers.
Yes. Just like the flower fields we tended to back then.
The girl from the vision.
Is that you, Plixia?
Do you remember me?
I don't have the memories from that time, but I've seen you before during an experiment.
I see. Call me Thanatos, then. It'll be easier.
That's Thanatos?
However, since you recognize the name, you must already know everything about Thanatos, right?
Yes. I'm here to reforge the order of life and death in Amphorius.
You know, my sister was a sympathetic but rather sensitive person. Whenever she didn't want to say what was on her mind, she would avoid eye contact and look off into the distance. Just like what you are doing now.
Can you tell me about the last Era Nova? What did you do, Polixia?
Where should I begin? A long, long time ago, there were a pair of like-minded twins. As foretold in the prophecy, they were chosen to be successors to the god of death. But fate was cruel. The price of attaining divinity was to take the life of a family member with our own hands.
That trial was indeed recorded in that memory.
Thanatos? I thought she had the Infinity Gauntlet. No, Texas, what are we gonna do with you?
Then you should already know that my sister voluntarily gave up her own life, so that I could ascend as the demigod of death. But I couldn't accept that. Why did we have to kill each other for a future she'd never see herself? That's not fair. So, while weaving the laws of the new world, I shattered the forbidden bottom line for life and death. I reshaped my sister's soul and took the form of the great dragon Pollux to carry her up the River of Souls and back into the mortal realm. But our fates were already decided and manifested in unexpected ways in response to my futile actions. Aging is an unbreakable law of nature laid upon humankind, created at the same time as death. When the living die, their souls will meet Thanatos, who would determine where every soul goes. If the Reaper raises their left hand, the soul is granted death and allowed to enter the Netherrealm to await reincarnation. If they raise their right hand, the soul is rejected by the Netherrealm and returned to the mortal realm to continue walking the earth.
That's why the Hand of Shadow can only lay down judgment and not embrace another being.
Yes. Death was originally a pair of hands, but they were split in twain when we reached the mortal realm, never to touch each other ever again. The half of Thanatos that represents life, the undying human who grants death, that was the curse I forced upon you.
Then, what about you?
As the half of Thanatos representing death, I shoulder the fate of defying death. I died the moment I entered the world of the living. From then on, my Titan also no longer existed in this world. The cycle of life and death stopped. Souls were denied their audience with death, and were left stranded within an ever-rising river of the dead. What irony. My selfish desire to save your life gave you and the world a fate far worse than death instead. Then, what was left of my reason was left behind in the Netherrealm, where I've been taking care of these flowers day after day, until there is now a sea of them, all while mulling over the subject of life, death, parting, and enduring an endless loneliness.
Fate is absurd indeed. Our lives were a mirrored image of one another, like a pair of hands. Even so, we arrived at the same destination. We walked different paths, yet experienced the same pain.
I had hoped that maybe you would at least have a good life in this cycle. I'm sorry.
I lived my life well. It didn't go to waste. As far as I'm concerned, you did nothing wrong.
Even though I forced the authority of granting death to humanity upon you, a total stranger.
Too many responsibilities were forced upon me in the course of this long journey. I was once lost, even upset. But I realized recently that if it weren't for your blessing, I wouldn't have understood the source of these emotions, nor would I have realized my purpose. I wouldn't have made it here to reunite with my missing half. And we wouldn't be discussing our past while sharing the same view of this landscape. I wouldn't have understood the meaning of our existence.
The meaning of our existence.
This sea of flowers blooms on dead land, because we sowed it with the seeds of our separation and watered it with our tears of loneliness. Yes, the only thing death is allowed to create are flowers that bloom from blood and tears. That's why Thanatos cannot create living beings at will. Nor can the Hand of Shadow determine a person's remaining days. Because the life and death of mortals should never be dictated by another's will.
Are you saying there's no point in Thanatos' existence?
No. No single being can bear the scales of life and death on their own. Not even a god. Life and death weigh equally heavy. We both know that now, don't we?
You, too, must have had a difficult life. We've taken quite the ridiculous journey together, haven't we? I had a feeling, even back then, that we would meet again one day. Not to embrace one another after a long separation, but to come in search of retribution. Tell me the answer that's already been written, and let us draw this seemingly endless fate. It's been far too long. I've waited here for centuries, watching day after day as desperate spirits are denied by this lonely wasteland. I always hoped I would see you among them, but I was also afraid of seeing you. I didn't know how I could possibly face you again. But more than anything, I was afraid that you might have forgotten all about me.
I know. But don't you see, Polixia? I made it back anyway. You don't have to shoulder death's authority on your own anymore. It was always meant to be held in two hands anyway. So, let's give our core flame to her, and have her take it back to the mortal realm. Give humanity back their cycle of life and death. Our responsibility as Thanatos was never about picking out favorite souls. We were only meant to watch over life. Let's tend the field together and create a warm sea of flowers for all the souls to come. What do you think, Polixia?
Yes, just one last step. You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be reborn with the dead flame. As foretold by the prophecy, Thanatos' authority is only destined for only one person to wield. As the Chrysos heir of death, as their demigod, as a titan, our fated moment has arrived once again.
Just like before.
Yes, just like before. But unlike that time, the ones undergoing the trial this time are prepared.
You've made up your mind?
Yes, as dictated by fate. But I won't be afraid, as long as you're here with me. Complete your trial in this life. Grant me the embrace of death, and light the spark of life ablaze. You've been tempered by life and death. I know you'll be able to give this wasteland its first breath of life. Like a raven butterfly, flying swiftly into the netherrealm, perching on the twig of death.
Okay, Kat, thank you for collecting daily void shard. Oh, yeah, nice. You collected 69 void shards.
I will. After this, I will remain permanently in the Netherrealm. The River of Souls shall return here and rain down from the sky, scattering souls across the earth. The cycle of life and death will flow once again. The sea of flowers you sowed shall bear countless joyous or sorrowful souls, and bloom evermore.
Thank you. Just one last thing. Can you grant me one wish?
Of course. What is it?
I think I know where this is going.
Please, don't forget me.
That is not at all where I thought that was going.
I promise you, when we meet in the next world, even if I have endured another reincarnation, even if we do not know each other's names, I will still hold you tightly in my arms. Just like what I did when we were born.
Castorice. Castorice. You're as beautiful as a fleeting butterfly.
Okay, cutscene time, everybody, so please, no redeems.
I will bring rest to death. And from now on, stagnant life will once again flow.
Excuse me.
Time flies. In the blink of an eye, the 15th entry hour is already at hand. When this farce is over, your soul will be placed on the scales of life and death. Are you ready?
No need to ask so many times. Of course I am.
Then why do you drag your feet? Is your fear of crowds holding you back again?
I simply find them too noisy. Paying attention to conceited fools like them would be an utter waste of my time.
Such harsh words. As I see it, you are no less arrogant than they are.
I couldn't agree more.
Oh. I did not expect to hear that from you. Are you not going to refute me?
I know myself better than you think I do. At the very least, better than a stowaway like you.
And they say men whose ends are nigh have but kind words. Well, that is exactly why I chose you.
Should I thank you for the compliment?
The hour of the trial has come. Do you have an answer for me? And how will you prove the veracity of your argument?
I suppose there is no point in putting this off any longer. Do you recall where we stopped the last time?
You were saying that Amphorius's history is cyclical.
Indeed. The demigods that bear the core flames eventually become the new titans at the world's end. Remember what happened on the Holy Mountain? Calypso, Naias. As their destined ends approached, one by one they left this world, leaving only the twins, who are fated to succeed death. Unfortunately, while their journey is consistent with ours, you and Calypso, as well as Nikador and Naias, act as supporting evidence. I can only come up with a rough sketch for my theory of a cyclical history. For all the pains I took to reach this point, I had already lost hope of ever obtaining definitive proof. After all, the past is in the past. Proving that we are the legacies of heroes of the past is a hopeless endeavor. That is, until I met a girl named Polixia and her sister. If Castorice was truly sent from the past to the present for the Titan's self-serving reasons, then having lived through 2 cycles, and with Styxia as the pivot, she will no doubt be the link to connect all of this together.
Sorry, everybody. I heard thumping. My neighbor sure is stomping around a lot.
If the Twins of Death can bridge 2 cycles to reunite at the shores of the Sea of Souls, then my hypothesis will no longer be just a hypothesis. And you too will get the answer to your question.
Oh, and congrats on getting, I assume you mean, Jiaocho? Congratulations.
Well, that is all well and good, but how can you be so sure? If there is even the slightest error in your
congratulations,
hypothesis,
Nexus.
the girl will be shattered.
It matters not. The most important quality a scholar must possess is foolhardiness. If you are overly cautious, then you'll never have the gumption to make the first step, and change will never come. Besides, I, Anaxagoras, am destined to overturn this farcical world. Come, let us go and teach those pathetic worms one final lesson.
Okay, everybody. We do have an ad break coming up, and I gotta let this run. So I'll be right back, and when we return, we'll see what comes of this debate.
AKA_AI has brought their community to the Void Legion. Welcome in Raiders.
Welcome back, everybody. Is it Aka AI? I remember you. You from last weekend when we raided you from our Boss Hunter collab. I am so sorry about that. I had to let the ad break run, and unfortunately, the raid came in right after I hit the run ads. So I am so sorry about that. But welcome on in. Hang on, let me give you a proper shout out. Let's see. Here we are, and oh, you were playing just chatting. What were you chatting about? What were you doing on stream today? Everybody, please go check out our friend. Is it Aka or AKA AI? I am so sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, but we raided into them last week after our Monster Hunter collab, and they're really amazing. I love their model, and I love the vibe that they bring on stream. Let's see. And the Anti You, welcome on in with the raid. Thank you for dropping by. But if anybody came in with a raid and does not know who I am, my name is Karai, or Karai Draconis, and I am the Emperor of the Void and Jailer of the Multiverse. And I'm a Void Dragon variety streamer who loves heavy metal, video games, anime, and cosplay. I mostly play JRPGs, gacha games, and Souls-likes, but I play just about anything. Well, today we're playing Star Rail, and we're doing the 3.2 quest. And I think we're close to the end, but if anybody is playing Star Rail and doesn't want spoilers, I totally understand if you need to step away and such. And also, if anybody came in with a raid and needs to do your post-stream care, I totally understand. I appreciate you being here, but your health and self-care comes first and foremost. But of course, if you want to stay in chat, I would love to chat with you. But thank you again for the raid. I appreciate you so much. But yeah, how was your stream? Also, please let me know how to pronounce your name. I'm really concerned that I am not pronouncing it correctly.
Fine. So they are leaving the
Oh.
Let those Chrysos heirs who started this terrible war hear you. Let them hear the voices of the people!
As always, that woman knows how to stir up a crowd.
Professor Anaxa, I thought you'd pass on this.
Everyone must cast their vote, or this assembly would serve no purpose.
Prof, do you truly think it's wise to entrust the fate of the world to an assembly like this?
Akama has stood strong under this system for 1,000 years. It stands to reason that there is purpose in its existence. But that is not what you're asking, is it? What you really want to know is Aglaya making the right decision in entrusting the fate of the world to you?
Nothing ever escapes you.
I didn't spend all those years teaching you for nothing. Most people only take 4 years to graduate, if I recall.
To tell the truth, I feel like I'm on my way to an execution chamber instead of a podium. So, do you have an answer to that question?
Is it really wise to ask him that?
No, I don't.
Oh, never mind.
I thought so.
Because that question is not yours to ask in the first place. Is Aglaya entrusting the world to you the right decision? Don't make me laugh. That is a question that woman must answer herself. Why are you fretting about this on her behalf? Or have you been seeing yourself as her pawn all this time? Listen up. I'll say this only once. Flip your perspective around and ask yourself this instead. What should I do to ensure that the world doesn't stray from the correct path? That is what you should be thinking about. You still have time, so give it some thought. Oh, and don't bother telling me the answer. Tell it to those begging for salvation from the gods.
Got it. Thank you, Professor Anaxa.
That's Anaxagoras to you.
Who will you be voting for?
That'll depend on how well you perform. May Circe safeguard your thoughts.
But Lady Kindness has reserved a special seat for you. Lead the way.
I actually don't necessarily mind things remaining the way they are.
Elders and citizens, silence, if you please. As the Theoros, I present to you Phinin of Ides Elysiae, virtuous citizen of Akama, and the last speaker of the assembly.
Much obliged, Lord Lycus.
I remember him. He's the penniless lad working for Aglaya.
Where's Lady Goldweaver? Why is she sending this guy to give the last speech? Is this really the end of the Flame Chase journey?
Can this dude really face down Kindness?
I actually don't necessarily...
By Kefali above. Dear citizens of Akama, as you look upon me, so too do I see you. I see your fear and misgivings, your apprehension about the discord between the Chrysos heirs and the Council of Elders, and your uneasiness about the future of the Holy City. Yet, before you contemplate something as grand as the fate of the world, I ask that you look closer. Look beyond the horizon illuminated by Kefali, at the crisis threatening to overwhelm us.
What?
Ides Elysiae, my beloved hometown, is a village forgotten by time. It is a place with the most invigorating breeze and wheat fields that spread all the way to the sea. I once thought that there I would enjoy a lifetime of peace and quiet with my friends and family. How I wish I could invite all of you to that paradise, far from the noise and chatter of the world. Alas, I can't. Because she, and all that she nurtured, all that I loved, they have long been devoured by the black tide. My beloved home is no more.
He's putting his heart into this.
I will never forget the day the black tide struck. My father, Hieronymus, fought with a broken sword to his last breath to protect his child. My mother, Aldada, she was ripped apart by monsters. Also, I might live to stand before you here and now. Galba, he was a hunter. But in the end, those arms that once drew a bow instead embraced Piso, his beloved son, as they both breathed their last. Pythias, the teacher, risked her life to save her students, but a burning beam fell on her, crushing her. And what of Livia, her daughter? Did she make it out alive? No, she didn't. Livia, Piso, and so many other children. My childhood friends. They were all swallowed by the black tide and turned into monsters. They kept saying the same thing over and over. Even up until the final moment, I finally steeled my heart and granted them eternal peace with my sword. Why, Finan? Aren't we the best of friends? That is the black tide. A looming threat that can bring Akuma to its knees any time. Kindness may have promised that with the 3 Titans of Calamity gone, Akuma will return to an era Chrysia once more, but much as it pains me, I must disappoint you. While the demigod of strife has done everything in his power to hold them back, they are still coming. By now, the name of that black-robed swordmaster, the Flame Reaper, has likely echoed throughout the city already. The roaring thunder is a message from the strife demigod. The Flame Reaper has risen from death, and they hunger for the core flames of the gods.
Lies! If such a powerful enemy is indeed approaching, why is Akuma still a picture of peace?
Exactly! The city of Akuma shows no signs of pandemonium or chaos. And why is that? I beg you, spare a moment to think about this. Are we able to stand here and hold this assembly in peace today because the danger has passed? No! This peace we enjoy is no gift of fate. We are able to stand here today only because the Chrysos heirs have stepped up and shielded Akuma from calamity. With her golden threads, Aglaya has preserved and continues to preserve these idyllic days that all of you hold dear. The Council of Elders claims that Aglaya will one day forsake the people because her divinity is eroding her body and soul. But ask yourselves this. Rather than offering her aid and support, why do they choose to watch and push Akuma away from the Flame Chase journey? The answer that no one can bring themselves to speak of. A truth stained in blood and buried in greed, fear, and vanity. Allow me to lay it bare before you. It is because the Council of Elders, which bears Akuma's history and honor, along with this citizens' assembly we once took so much pride in, are now infested with vermin.
You insolent whelp! How dare you!
It is true that Aglaya has reached her limit. Why? Because she has been working tirelessly to weave the defenses of our holy city against the encroaching evil. Oh well, these vermin are making up baseless accusations about her and scheming in the shadows. Not once has she ever failed Akuma. Yet these vermin attempt to tear her apart, tarnishing her name with unfounded allegations. She may have been blessed by divinity, but hasn't her heart always stayed true to humanity? They attempt to mislead you and reduce this assembly to a crude standoff between gods and humans, but citizens of Akuma.
Hey, Christiana, welcome on in.
Once more, I implore you to open your eyes and look at those around you. Examine them closely. Beneath all that finery, do you see the good heart of a human or the poisonous glands of a pest? Make your judgment, then turn your gaze to the demigods whom so many of you regard as cold and merciless. Do you not see the light of humanity in them? And those who wear the mask of humanity yet utter only hurtful, slanderous words. Can you not see that their souls have been corrupted by power?
Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good, Christiana. We're hopefully reaching the end of this story. It's been getting good, though.
Yet, no matter what your answer is, and no matter who your vote goes to, rest assured that you have nothing to fear. For Aglaya, Tribios, and I will remain your faithful guardians and pledge our lives to upholding your decision. And this vow will stay true until the end of our days, where it will be passed on to future flame chasers. A steadfast and unwavering promise that shall endure through the ages.
Absolutely right. The Christ of Airs have only...
In an uproar, representative leaders from different cities of Akuma throw pieces of pottery into the Dolium.
At the present time, on the scales of Talenton, those who call for the continuation of the Flame Chase journey, and those who demand
Oh yeah, how about you,
its
Christiana?
suspension.
How have you been?
Each faction holds an equal share of votes, resulting in a perfect balance.
As expected. This is the moment when the Flame Chase journey is the closest to its end.
And now, it's your turn to vote, Lord Anaxagoras.
Is there anyone else who hasn't voted?
No, you're the last. Cast your vote with care, for your decision will break this impasse.
I have long since made a decision.
Very well. May you bring much needed change to this farcical world.
Oops.
You've done well, Finan. Given the circumstances, delivering a rousing speech to stir up emotions was a prudent move. Thank you all for your patience. On behalf of the 7 sages of the Grove of Epiphany
I'm doing well.
and the
Some time with
scholars of
dinner and fighting
Amphorius,
Charlemagne. That sounds good.
Anaxagoras, am ready to cast
Sorry that
my
you're fighting
vote.
allergies, though. It seems like it's been hitting a lot of people. It seems like it's been hitting a lot of people around me.
But before that, in the interest of fairness, Lady Goldweaver, I pose a question to you before all who are gathered here. Will you, as Finan has promised, stand by the decision made in the Assembly, regardless of outcome?
In the interest of fairness, I make no promises, lest it should influence your decision.
Very well. I thank you for your honesty.
What's he doing?
The stakes are high. Let's be patient.
Enjoying the story so far? Yeah. I just finished the part where Castorice went through the domain of death and I guess made a deal to stay in the Netherworld. I don't know how to explain that, what happened in the story.
Cut the act! Who do you think you are, wasting our time like this?
Lord Anaxa, please do not forget that I...
Rule number 1. Do not call me Anaxa. Rule number 2. Never interrupt me. Silence is golden.
Just vote already. What are you waiting for?
Your vote. Cast your vote.
I cannot help but wonder, is every hardship in the world something you will exploit and use to your advantage?
Oh, it's fine. I finished it. No spoilers for me. How did you enjoy the story?
How else am I supposed to make use of this situation where my body and soul are separated? Oh, Circes. Or should I say Calypso? Accompany me on this final journey. Let us journey to the Netherrealm and see how she will substantiate the answer to your question and validate my decision. We need only to follow the sound of the tides.
I devoured it in a day. Roller coaster emotions, and I loved it. Yeah, I love that full-on anime cutscene involving Castorice. And I'm not gonna lie, it actually made me tear up a bit.
You are... Well done, child. Just as I foresaw, you have achieved great things.
Teacher.
What a twist of fate. A blasphemer raised in the doctrines of the Venerationists. It's like a foal kicking its mother in the belly after taking all her milk.
I respect you immensely, sir, but...
You cherish the truth even more. So, child, do not be troubled by the criticisms I have borne. Do not let those voices hinder you as you forge ahead. As the sage of the Venerationists, I am duty-bound to oppose you. But as your friend
been
and
trying
mentor,
this race is like a job. That's fair.
and
I'm waiting for Cypher personally. I gotta say though, Cypher's voice is a lot more sultry than I was expecting, if that makes sense.
Go forth, for the truth is already in your hands.
I will keep that in mind.
Go now, child. Your lonely pursuit is about to welcome a new chapter. And when you reach the end of this journey,
5 pity, man, I can actually save for the
may
man. I love her so
meet
much.
again with the truth.
Wait, you got her a 5
before us.
pity? Congrats. I had to go to like 70 pity, but I got her and I was guaranteed. And I'm back on a 50-50 for Cypher, but I'm guaranteed for Biggie Blog, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Void Legion. How are you today?
You have my word, sir. May Circes safeguard your thoughts.
You're highly welcome, brother. But yeah, Biggie Blog, welcome on in. How'd you find my stream, if you don't mind my asking? Christiana, without spoilers, how far am I in the story? Like, am I close to the end?
May Circes safeguard your thoughts.
You are right, Empedocles. My lonely pursuit is about to welcome a new chapter. I must be on my way now.
Oh, and as a reminder, everybody, we are 13 followers away from 2K. And if I have if we hit 2K followers, I will be doing a 48-hour stream. You heard me correctly, 48 hours. I just stumbled into your channel and wow, it's clear how much heart and effort you put into this. Keep it up, man. You're doing amazing. Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot to hear. That means a lot to hear. But yeah, I am trying to do more. Like, I'm gonna be commissioning some artists to make some set pieces to add to my stream. And also new emotes, because I've been meaning to revamp my emotes for a while. I just need to find a good artist to commission.
May we meet again.
Well, close to 90% mark. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Empedocles.
What are you waiting for? Just cast your vote.
Silence! Silence, everyone!
Behold, Circes, here at the center of the world, I shall write the final step of my proof.
What's the first game you ever played, and what do you remember about it? Oh, that's a good question. The first game that I ever played, was probably Toy Story 2: Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue, on the PS1. I just remembered falling in love with action games and collecting things in games. And granted, it does help that it was a faithful adaptation. That it was a adaptation from a movie that I was highly into when I was a kid. I think if I had to pick like the first video game that I ever played that wasn't a movie adaptation, though, it would have to be Crash Bandicoot. Like, that was my introduction to platformers. What I remember was how fun the game was, and what I didn't remember was how hard the game could be. Mine was Mortal Kombat. The first Mortal Kombat, because that's a great game to start with. And if I remember correctly, isn't Mortal Kombat the reason the ESRB rating system was founded?
For this place is but one step away from the truth.
Professor, I completed the proof you wanted.
Thank you, Castorice.
The answer is plain as day. My vote goes to the Flame Chase Journey and nothing else!
Elder Kindness,
I have deciphered the truth of this world!
Okay.
With the balance shattered, the result is clear. By carefully enter Lenten above, as the Theoros I have observed.
Oh, and go throw your temper tantrum, Kindness. You get no sympathy from me.
No! Lygus, you can't! Onyxa, what have you done? Have you lost your mind?
He's so dramatic. He is. At first, I was thinking, okay, I'm starting to not like him when it seemed like he was about to defect. But this made me respect him.
I hope you are prepared for the harsh punishment awaiting you. Mark my words, I will make sure that clever head of yours never forgets the price of betrayal.
Have you forgotten? I told you that happens to be one of my rare talents.
Kindness, I hope you're ready for the price of betrayal. Take a back seat, Karen. Are you interested in streaming, or are you committed to it? I mostly view streaming as a hobby. But I do love celebrating milestones as it comes along. But yeah, if I could make a career out of it, then great. If not, oh well. I just love playing games and anime and cosplay, and I wanted to share those passions with like-minded people. Like, that was a big reason I started streaming. Plus, I saw how much fun it could potentially be, and that's what got me into it. And I think Christiana might remember, I used to be a facecam streamer, but I fell in love with VTubing in 2021, and then 2020. Actually, wait, no. I actually fell in love with VTubers long before that, and then I saw And then as I met more VTubers and even became friends with some of them, I became interested in potentially becoming one myself. I thought, it might be a fun redeem. But then once I debuted my model, I just couldn't put it down. Like, do I miss some of the things I could do as a face cam shaver? Probably. But hey, that's what my cosplay socials are for. Which, by the way, speaking of which, everybody, in case you haven't seen it in my Discord, I actually created a link tree for my cosplay socials. It's right there. So I don't have much content yet because some of them were literally just made today, but all of my cosplay stuff and my convention vlogs and such will go to those socials. I have Instagram, Facebook page, Blue Sky, and YouTube. I used to have Twitter, but not anymore because I decided to... one second, everybody. I'm responding to something in Discord. But yeah, that's a little thing that surprisingly not a lot of people know about me on this channel is I'm also a cosplayer. I've cosplayed Solaire of Astora from Dark Souls, Soldier 76 from Overwatch, and Goro Majima from Yakuza 0. And then some cosplays I have planned for this year is Darth Revan from Knights of the Old Republic, Pirate Majima from Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, and Boot Hill from Honkai Star Rail. And, if I can find the time to do it, Leroy Jenkins from the viral World of Warcraft video of the same name.
You put on such a grand performance, just to aid their preposterous flame chase journey.
She is such a Karen.
Performance? No, you are quite mistaken. I may be paranoid by nature, but I've always been known for my honesty.
Man, you're doing well, man. Thank you. And by the way, in case anybody hasn't joined yet and wants to, there's my Discord. I post all my updates there, and we share our love of gaming, anime, and music there. So if you want to, feel free to join.
If you really understood me, Lady Kindness, you'd realize that I never had any interest in your pathetic little game of politics. Factions, standpoints, they are jokes in my eyes. I have never
once
switched
sides. Would you be open to working with someone to steadily grow your channel's visibility? I think I'm growing at a fairly steady pace, and I've been doing more collabs with other VTubers, which has definitely been helping.
Because I, and I alone, am the truth.
Lady Kindness, with all the citizens here as witnesses, we should honor the spirit of democracy and respect the decision of this assembly. I have observed that Akama has chosen her destiny. This citizens' assembly has resolved to continue the flame chase journey. This resolution shall be put up on the wall of heroes, such that all citizens are aware of the city's way forward.
You! It seems not everyone is ready for the assembly to end. Very well. Let me entertain you for a little longer. By your leave, Lord Lycus.
Interesting. Elders and citizens, your attention, please. Stay for a moment more, if you will. Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany has
But if you're
an
open to it, I'd
announcement
like to
for the
suggest an effective way to
assembly.
grow your channel consistently in a short time to help you reach a large audience. I mean, I'm open to tips to engage more people, but if this involves a service of some sort, then I think I'm good. But I'm open to tips if you have them.
What is this performer up to now?
Just moments ago, all of you made a decision on the fate of Amphorius.
As a supporter of the Flame Chase journey, it pleases me to see the choice you have made. But I regret to say that I still harbor doubts about this outcome. Thus, I hereby challenge this resolution. Tell me, who among you dare swear to Kefali's name that Era Nova will truly welcome the fairy tale ending that the Chrysos heirs have promised? A beautiful new world free of calamity and madness?
Nonsense! That's impossible!
No one? Must I pick somebody to answer? Very well. You, the one acting so wise and profound, in front of all present here, do you dare swear that it will happen for sure? No? Fine. Next. You, the one with ignorance written all over your face. Yes, you. Do you dare swear by it in front of the Titan?
Dang, and that's so savage.
What are you trying to do?
Useless. Your turn, then. With that smug look of yours, you must be confident that the Flame Chase journey is the best course to take, right?
Hey! Mind your tongue!
So, no one? I see. In that case, Finan, answer me this. Your speech was filled with such passion just now. How confident, then, are you in making this promise?
Professor, what are you doing?
Let him continue with his performance.
Will you look at that? Even Finan and Aglaya lack the courage to make such a promise. And what's even more absurd is that no one but I can promise you this new world.
I'm cool with exchanging.
And yet,
I'm cool with exchanging
the Assembly
tips.
passed the resolution anyway. But you needn't worry, because I knew better than to trust you good-for-nothings. That is precisely why I am here today. To give you one final lecture. Now listen up and listen well. I, Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany, hereby declare everything that the Flame Chase journey promises is true. Finan of Ides Elysiae, the prophesied demigod who shall succeed Kefali, will reforge each and every one of us in the new world with his complete, intact memories.
What?
The core flame-bearing titans were the Chrysos heirs of yesterday. And the Chrysos heirs who carry the core flames today will become the titans of tomorrow. All of our souls shall endure for eternity in the miracle of the World-Bearer. And all under Kefali's protection shall step into that new world.
This is pure blasphemy!
It's impossible!
Okay, I'm gonna hit you up on Discord right now. Okay, cool. Just a fair warning though, it might take me a while to respond because I'm juggling so many things at once.
What? Are you saying that we must bow down to you and worship you even in our next lives? Enough, you blasphemous imbecile! How dare you try to deceive us with all these lies and falsehoods? How can you prove?
I told you, don't interrupt me. But since you've asked, I shall be kind and indulge you. My statements are based on my experiments on the divine body of Kefali themselves. You heard me correctly, everyone. With the tacit approval of Kindness and the Council of Elders, I fused my soul with the god through alchemy and learned the truth behind Era Nova.
is he talking about? Isn't that pure blasphemy?
I, the vile, wretched blasphemer, deserve nothing less than death for my sins. And the Council of Elders, which granted me consent and aided in committing this atrocity, should face punishment alongside me.
By the gods, even kindness has betrayed Akuma.
The candles. More carefully of all.
I had no knowledge of his transgressions. He did that on his own. The Council of Elders bears no responsibility for his actions. Lord Lygus, as the esteemed Theoros, are you going to simply stand by and allow the Council of Elders to be dragged through the mud?
Baby. I'm focused on the story.
If the accusation is true, I will acknowledge it. If not, my conscience stands unburdened. Lady Kindness, the reputation of the Council of Elders was not built in a day, nor will it be shattered overnight. Repercussions await those who fool the people, and punishment must be meted out on those who abandon their vows. We should respect this beautiful city and her people.
You.
Aw, poor Kindness is not getting her way.
Lady Aglaya, the Gold Weaver, I humbly ask that you take on the responsibility of overseeing this judgment in the name of the fairness of Talantin and the justice of Kefali. Considering the circumstances, and in accordance with Akuma's codex as the only demigod among us, you shall rightfully wield this authority.
The honor is mine to bear.
How is this permitted?
Elders and citizens, silence, if you please. Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany has made his statement clear. As per Akuma's codex, I request all present citizens to stand with me in exercising the right of judgment. First, Elder Kindness of Akuma and Lygus the Theoros stand accused of neglecting their duties and abusing the law, leading to the egregious blasphemy against a god. In the names of Talantin and Kefali, Akuma is to form a committee before the 7th action hour to conduct an investigation and disclose the findings to the public for subsequent judgment.
Yes! That's what we deserve!
Curse you!
Now, concerning Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany, he has confessed to grave blasphemy against Kefali. In the names of Talantin and Kefali, the accused must be allowed to hear the people's voice prior to the execution, for a chance at a reduced sentence and possible pardon.
Professor.
Let him die! 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 Let him die!
What decision will you make, Lady Goldweaver?
Enough with the hesitation, Aglaya. This is not like you.
Let him die! Let him die!
Then, in light of the people's voice, O Talantin on high, may you bring death upon him.
Oh, returning to the Trailblazers' point of view. A sea of flowers? What is this place?
Allow me to reintroduce myself. I bore the name of Castorice while walking among the mortals. And now, I stand as the demigod of death, the living side of Thanatos. Welcome to my realm, where the west wind ends.
It's a beautiful place.
Every departed soul who has arrived here has expressed the same.
After this dialogue, everybody, we'll vote for Husbando of the Week.
Did you know? Every flower here was planted by Thanatos himself. These flowers were originally both lifeless and immortal, but in the first rain brought by the River of Souls, they were given new life, flourishing as the bearers of countless souls. And it is my duty as the Master of Death to tend to their well-being and foster their growth in this serene haven. Similar to the structured cycle of life and death in the mortal world, these flowers too shall wither and fade, returning to the earth and then ascending to the sky with mist and tides. Eventually, they will descend to the mortal land as gentle rain. Every soul undergoes the perpetual cycle of reincarnation, albeit in varied forms, until the world meets its end.
Even though there's not too much left, it still feels like so much with the calm pacing. It's still beautiful though. I agree. Like, it's absolutely beautiful. And very well done.
Yet, sadly, there's no time left for Emphorius to wait for when the flowers bloom again. Now, death is the power at my fingertips. It once led the souls of the deceased here, but I shall open the gate of the Netherworld and return you to the realm of the living. In exchange, please, take the core flame of death with you and complete the flame chase journey. Do not let our work thus far be in vain.
You have my word.
Thank you.
But you're not going back.
Just like the other demigods, I will stay here and embrace my destiny. That being said, it is not easy to guide a lost soul back to the mortal realm. The whispers of death are sweet and alluring. If your determination wavers, you will succumb and be forever ensnared by the Netherworld's grasp. Please consider this a one-time exception. I will do everything in my power for the flame chase journey. And for your life, the only life I can save.
Hi, Andre. Thank you for collecting your daily void shard. I'll do my best.
I am glad to hear that.
Over here!
March? Okay, everybody, we're gonna go ahead and vote for Husbando of the Week. But everybody, if you want to see your favorite video game or anime husbando win, all you need to do is nominate them in Discord. All I ask is video game and anime characters only, and this should go without saying, but no shotas, please. I don't care if they're 500 years old. If they look like a kid, don't nominate them. So, our first nominee is Solid Snake from the Metal Gear series. Solid Snake, a hardened career soldier, often displayed a calm and collected demeanor, rarely showing any signs of anger, aggressiveness, or fear in extreme circumstances. He buried his emotions deep inside himself, causing some to see him as intense, and he can often be very rude. Despite this perceived attitude, Snake occasionally showed a more human side, expressing great concerns for allies' well-being during dangerous operations, and even demonstrating compassion towards falling enemies. Let's see, during the Zanzibar land disturbance, the Snake claimed to be different from Big Boss and that he loved life. Unlike his clone brothers, Snake never displayed anger over his origins and accepted who he was. How's the boss fight? The boss fight was pretty good. I was well prepared though, with Castorice and with Castorice and Gallagher in tow. Okay, so Solid Snake. Our second nominee is Virgil from Devil May Cry. From the Devil May Cry series. Sorry, I tried to say Devil May Cry and Dante at the same time, and it just ended up mixing my words up. Virgil from Devil May Cry. Okay. In contrast to his twin brother, Dante's boisterous, outgoing, and extroverted personality, Virgil is calm, cool, collected, and introverted, constantly maintaining an aura of fearlessness. Virgil cares little for the well-being of those around him, and is unflinching in his pursuit of power. However, in spite of his cold and ruthless demeanor, he is an honorable warrior who maintains his own set of morals and disciplines. Virgil despises fighting dirty and refuses to use firearms, deeming them to be unworthy of a true warrior, though he still will use ranged attacks if they can be made to originate from a melee weapon. Yeah, this can be definitely seen in Devil May Cry 5. When despite Dante's insistence on fighting, Virgil didn't want to fight him until he was at his full strength again. That says a lot about his character. And lastly, from a series that recently came out, nominated by Liv, we have Nice from To Be Hero X. Most of Nice's personality is currently unknown, but based off Rex's memories, he is seen as energetic and a kind-spirited man who never let the two's public relation as hero and nemesis get in the way of their friendship. However, Nice's exhaustion becomes apparent during the time leading up to his self-unaliving, as he struggles to maintain his usually charming persona, and was seen in a disassociated trance moment before walking off an office rooftop. Again, everybody, your nominees are Solid Snake from Metal Gear, Virgil from Devil May Cry, and Nice from To Be Hero X. Okay, so let me get this poll going. Let's see, we still have... Actually, this will be our last Husbando of the Week of April, everybody. So, make your votes count. Husbando of the Week. And Nice. All right, the poll is up, everybody, so get your votes in. And how are we doing on time? Because I need to make sure... Okay, so we're less than 10 minutes away from the ad break, and I need to stretch, so I'm going to get up, and I'm going to go ahead and let this ad break run, and when we come back, we will conclude the story. Be right back, everybody. Okay, welcome back for Vance, everybody. Let's continue. I know, they're still... Himiko and Don Hung are still missing voices.
Don't go.
Just keep moving. One day, our paths will cross again.
Such a sweet joy.
Lift your
Firefly.
chin up high and step forward with us toward tomorrow.
Trianne.
That's right. Keep your eyes on the dawn.
Onward. Show me your courage.
Mighty. I guess you could say he's looking mighty.
Partner, we shall become heroes together.
What? What's that look for? Thank you, Castorice. Because I've already made it to the end. Maybe I can have one last glance at the sea of flowers. Don't turn around. Keep moving forward. Acheron! Fear not, as a touch of red will be awaiting you at the path at the end of the path. It'll guide you and illuminate the way out. By doing so, you'll eventually reunite in the warmth of the sunlight. What's this? What in the world are these shadows and voices?
All of this is proof that you once lived. Your soul, your memories, the years you've journeyed through, and the path they revealed, leading you back home. So, continue onward. Do not stop moving forward, and do not let her sacrifice and the support of all who have stood by you be in vain. Over here, friend!
Mem!
Take my hand. Let's go home.
Don't you mean your paw? Hello again, mortal realm. Let the trailblazing continue. I'm back.
At last. I knew you could do it. Your soul is still perfectly whole. As if some kind of force is trying its best to keep it together.
Let's see. One second, everybody. I need to post this to the Star Rail tab in the Discord.
Is it Ornyx's final blessing? Or is it a miracle of your own? It's truly incredible. Such a strange surge of familiarity. So hard to describe. Perhaps it is fate, once again fulfilling its own design. Or perhaps it is the laws from beyond the sky, so familiar to you, that intertwined our fates long ago. It seems that this is the riddle which cannot be solved anytime soon. The sensation of becoming a demigod is truly wondrous. It's as if the river of souls is winding its way through the depths of my spirit, transforming with each breath into a fine rain that nourishes the world. Do you recall that prophecy? At the end of the sea of flowers, the souls of the living shall warm thy fingertips, and after an embrace, there shall be eternal separation. I promised you that I would do everything in my power to give it another meaning. Now, as I stand as a demigod and destiny draws to a close, I can finally end it in a way that is as beautiful as it deserves. The wish I once sought, but could never grasp, is now within reach. In this brand new world, every blooming life will lift its arms in celebration and recount the profound meaning of this very instant. Every touch, every embrace we share will never again be an ice-cold loss. They will radiate with an intense warmth, sowing love far and wide throughout the land.
Oh dear, we have a tie. Okay, so like I always do, when there's a tie in the voting, we're gonna let the coin decide who wins the White Husbando of the Week. So if there's a tie, we use this coin. Whoever wins the coin toss will be Husband of the Week for this week. Whoever loses will be Husband of the Week will be for next week. So heads, it will be Solid Snake. Tails, it will be Nice. And here we go. Oh no, I botched it. 1 second. Sorry about that, everybody. The coin kind of got away from me and rolled off on its own. Let's try that again. Heads, Solid Snake. Oh yeah, thanks for putting your votes in, everybody. And hang on, let me update the There we go. And then let me update the trigger fire as well. Okay, I was about to say, I could have sworn I put Solid Snake in here.
The other shore is very cold. May I borrow your warmth one last time?
Aww.
Thank you for fulfilling this wish of mine. The place I'll be going to is what humans call the Land of Sorrows. But with this heartbeat and the residual heat of this embrace, I shall turn the nether realm into a gentle place of rest. This embrace may be brief, but it's the proof that I once lived. Farewell, then. May we reunite in the new world.
Presently, in Akama.
That grand and absurd performance was what you've been seeking your whole life?
I gave up everything in search of truth, and it culminated in this very moment. You, on the other hand, performed as I expected. You did not hesitate when you saw the chance to attain power. It's as if you...
Crave power, like a fly craves rot.
Those are your words, not mine.
But what you said at the end... Did you already know what I had planned for Thynan?
I may have lost an eye, but my vision is clearer than anyone else. You've nearly exhausted your humanity. You're no different from my current state as a walking corpse.
That's true. I've long since burned to ash over the past 1,000 years. Only he is capable of unleashing a raging fire that rivals our final great enemy, Aquila.
So, this is our last chance. How about we let go of the bad blood between us? May I resonate with your core flame, Aglaya?
Please do.
That's... impossible. To persist with your soul thinned to such an extent... You're... insane.
Just as you fight to lug your corpse onward to complete your unfinished goals, I have my own reasons for doing this. Until Thynan grows into his position as the prophesied leader, I must continue to lead everyone on the flame chase journey. I must keep inching forward, even if only as an empty shell.
I've long predicted this was the case, but I didn't think you'd already lost so much. How ironic. We would have avoided so many misunderstandings if you and I had just spoken this candidly before. But casting aside our ideological differences, there is one thing you and I agree on.
Thynan.
Yes. He was born to be a hero. He understands the hearts of the people, and I can confidently say he is a far better leader than you. Only he is capable of fulfilling your mission. Sadly, he is a man cursed by Nestia. But by my estimates, his horribly elaborate sense of style should not impede Era Nova.
Congratulations are in order. We found common ground at the very end of our destined paths.
When you put it that way, it makes me want to take back what I said.
Aglaya, we're back. Come welcome our great hero reborn from the ashes.
I hope he didn't hear your earlier assessment.
It wouldn't be the first time I criticized him. A man should be aware of his own shortcomings.
The core flame of death.
I'm glad...
Oops. Did not mean to do that.
I don't see Castorice among your number.
It looks like she not only helped me prove my theory, but helped you fulfill your mission as well.
I believe she'll always be at our side.
I agree.
She might not have been able to change her fate, but she still wrote the final verse of her epic herself. Trinan, please recite the prophecy for us.
Trailblazer, please surrender that scalding cool flame for us as well. You are the only life she ever saved by her own hand in her 1,000 years on this earth. I believe no one is more qualified for this noble task.
Let the ceremony begin.
O gods who have returned, and gods who are still watching, today we bring you a soul laid bare. The Hand of Shadow, Thanatos, remembered their name from the past. From daylight they came, and to their fragrant dwelling they return, to walk now among your ranks. And there was one who joined hands with the Titan, a traveler risen from the dead, and reborn among mortal kind. She is the everlasting night, and shall now proclaim in her good name, O Majesty of the 12 Titans, pillars of the world. We seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the world. Fill our bodies with blood of gold, till we wither in willing service to the prophecy. Step forward, trailblazer from beyond the sky, and together with us, surrender the core flame and carve their star into the sky.
Goodbye, Castorice.
A constellation for death.
For life and death, to be more precise.
Look! It's...
Castorice! Is that Castorice?
No, it's only a divine echo. I think she's here for the trial.
What did she say?
That's the language of the Titans. Castorice... No. The Titan. They said... I have illuminated the cold shadow of death.
Onwards. For your path to the future is bright and its flame eternal. Do not forget.
She made quite a scene. I suppose it's my turn now.
I won't stop you.
Professor, you...
What's with that look? You were present. So, let's get this execution over with. We wouldn't want to bring shame to Akima's divine laws or keep me from creating a new world.
You never change, do you, Professor? I don't understand. if your theory is correct, you'll lose all memories of your past life once you become a Titan. So what's the point of becoming a god?
Of course there's a point. Even if I forget who I am, I'll still have my brilliant mind. It goes without saying, I'll find a way to retrieve memories of my past life. Besides, I still have you, don't I?
I still don't really understand what you said during the assembly. Even if it were true, things reforged from memory could never be the same as the original anyway.
Then allow me to tell you right now that you're wrong. What exactly are we? My answer is that the Chrysos heirs are the future Titans and vice versa. Of course, this answer only applies to us. So, what are we when it comes to regular mortals? The very essence of the world, our souls, are tiny invisible seeds that hold records of each person's memories of the world. And we are the buds that sprout from these seeds to grow into great trees.
Is that what new sporism means?
Correct. Once our physical bodies are born, we become new extensions of the world. From there, we plant our seeds into someone's memories, and then scatter them into the hearts of countless people in the future. Just as seeds are affected by their environment, so too will our appearances differ across memories. But the partial memories we carry will always be the same, because that is just how the world is. To destroy our very existence, one must destroy the world itself. But we have someone who will still live on with his perfect memory. That person is you, child of Kefali. This is what it means to be the world-bearing Titan. So, carry everything of this world and live on. Don't disappoint those most precious to you. Don't disappoint Lady Goldweaver. And especially, don't bring dishonor to my theory.
Anaxa, I swear to you, I'll lead everyone to our reunion in the New World.
Good. That is all I have to say. Farewell, everyone. May we meet again in the next life.
Farewell, great performer. May Circes safeguard your thoughts.
Salute him in the same way. May Circes safeguard your thoughts.
Are you satisfied, honorable Titan?
Very. I hereby swear I have borne witness. Anaxagoras of the New Sporists and the Grove of Epiphany has successfully overcome the trial of reason. Thus, I shall confer upon you these words. You shall transcend the peaks of purity and return to corruption and hardship.
Oh, so that's a god's prophecy. It sounds like you just rephrased my past, present, and future. Oh, Circes. Is that all you've got?
Well, you've already transcended the peaks of purity, and you were never the type to give me any leeway.
That is true.
But I do still have one question.
I knew it. What is it? Maybe we're thinking of the same thing.
As you've so boldly stated, we and the world itself live on through the memories of others. If that is the case, Whose memories did the very first new spore sprout from?
How should I know?
Oh my.
But, since we are both equally curious, we should allow the children of humanity who come after us to investigate in our stead.
Oh, cutscene time.
Rejoice, Circes. I sow the seeds of suspicion in the new world with your soul!
And now, the objective is complete. That is all.
You got Thanos snapped.
Thankfully, she's still alive. Was March 7th also in this condition when she was first rescued by the Express?
Her condition was very similar. It's just at that time, the Express did not have a memo keeper who could diagnose her condition.
But she still woke up naturally. Looking on the bright side, that might happen this time as well.
When March awakened from the ice, her memories were completely wiped clean. I want to prepare for the worst to prevent something like that from happening again. Can you share with us your hypothesis?
I do not have conclusive evidence, but judging by her current condition, perhaps March 7th's memories have been hijacked.
Hijacked?
Think about it, Miss Himiko. What will happen when someone loses their ability to remember?
I'm not a biologist, but I hear that there's a species of fish on Von Wack that has the memory span of less than a second. It forgets anything that occurs in the next instant. Perhaps something similar will happen?
Unfortunately, short-term memory is an entirely different concept from the inability to remember. Perhaps it is difficult for you to imagine, but an individual who has lost their ability to remember turns into nothingness.
Nothingness?
The belief of the Garden is that everything in this universe can be interpreted through memories. This is the driving force behind the continuance of this path. The past is made up of memoria, while the future is a possibility that will eventually be converted to memoria. But the present, it doesn't really exist, and it's only an abstract expression. Therefore, when a person is affected by the path and loses their ability to remember, their physical form will also be affected. These ice crystals are a manifestation of that.
Miss Black Swan, there's one thing I haven't looked into deeply until now. You guided us to Amphorius but refused to tell us your true intentions. Collecting memories is simply not a convincing answer.
Is Miss Himiko suspicious of me?
I mean no offense, I'm merely speculating, but I'd appreciate your honesty if possible.
In other words, now is the time for me to prove my innocence. That's not a problem, of course. The true reason behind my intentions is that Amphorius holds special significance. For some memo keepers of the Garden with extremist views, it is a perfect example.
Perfect example?
A world that can only be seen through the Garden's mirror means that memo keepers have the right to keep the world in their private collection. If those Pathstriders of Remembrance were to uncover the secrets of Amphorius first, they might unleash their wild ambitions and remodel more worlds into a similar form.
So the reason you did everything you could to convince the Express to come to the Star Zone is just to uncover the secrets and foil the plans of these people?
I chose to remain quiet before, because I did not want to involve you in the Garden's internal conflicts.
Remodeling a world is no easy feat. These extremists likely aren't Jibble Pastriders. Do they wield the power of emanators?
You can be even bolder with your guesses. The people that I'm talking about, they aren't just individuals. They are an organization that has already attached itself to the pinky finger of Fu Li.
Black Swan is so beautiful. I love her so much.
I cannot be certain, but at the very least, they are capable of doing so. I am deeply sorry about what has happened to March 7th, but the deal that I propose still remains a fair one. Amphorius is still an excellent destination, and investigating further might allow us to uncover the truth behind the accident. Miss Himiko, the wisest choice right now is for us to continue cooperating.
What's wrong?
Let me take back a part of what I said just now, Miss Himiko. Although we indeed struck a deal, it seems like I have involved you in some unforeseen danger. Please accept my deepest apologies.
Has something changed?
It's Fu Li. Their gaze has just swept across Amphorius.
Herta's point of view?
Oh, how interesting. I never expected a mere memo snatcher to be actually hiding so much inside her head. What's even more interesting is that the word Amphorius has appeared in her subconscious.
This lady seems to be having fun. Is she usually like this?
I find it funny that she has all the aesthetic of a witch, but none of her abilities are magical. It's all science.
It's, hard to explain.
What are you two whispering about? Has it not occurred to you that I can hear everything clearly?
Please pardon me, Madam Herta. Would you mind sharing
Her
with
magic
us
is her
what
beauty.
you've discovered?
Indeed. Let's see, Herta is Kuru. The Herta is Kuru Ara edition. Let me stop.
The ones who need help are the Astral Express. You will have to put up with my methods, even if they are rather unconventional. Let's get back to the topic. By using the fourth mirror, I rummaged through the brain of this memo snatcher and learned a good deal.
I was sad to skip her, so I put more effort into rebuilding her puppet. That's fair.
Not only does this person know of Amphorius, but there are also many memo keepers who are interested in the place. I searched through her consciousness and found the following terms: the Eternal Land, the Rejected Land, and the private collection of the Garden of Recollection.
It seems like Miss Black
I was
Swan
omitting my guarantee
is
for Mighty
indeed
Goidal, so I
hiding
hope a
some
rerun won't
things
hurt
from
me.
us.
Yeah, that's fair.
Since I'm not able to find any
Remember he's
useful
suffering
clues
for
from the
Zani
outside,
funds.
why
Yeah,
don't
I want a
personally
guarantee,
visit
but
this mysterious
I don't have that many pulls for her.
Amphorius?
You're planning to head to Amphorius yourself?
Yes, But not in the flesh like you all foolishly did. See these Herda mirrors? With them, I can project my data spirit entity to any corner of the cosmos through spatial warps, without even needing to leave my room.
I swear, Card is just showing off.
But of course, these corners of the cosmos must be within the coverage zone of inter-astral peace communications. After all, this is collaborative technology.
I see. You do seem like the more indoor type.
Although that star zone is not within the network of the IPC, the Express itself can serve as a signal station. Come, give me the astral chart coordinates. Then, sit back and enjoy the show.
Walt shares the Astro Express coordinates with the Herta.
All right, now that everything is ready, mirrors, get to work. First mirror, input the coordinates. You'll be in charge of the spatial warp.
As you command, Madam Herda. The preparations are complete. I wish you a pleasant journey ahead.
Second mirror, prepare for the thought refraction. There's still some distance from the Astral Express to the Amphoria's celestial body. You're in charge of sending me over. This time, raise the power to the maximum. Don't be stingy.
Oh, okay. I won't fail the mission, Madam Herda.
Third mirror, you're in charge of generating the data spirit entity.
I'm happy to help, Madam Herda. What kind of appearance are you planning to use this time?
Good question. Let me think. Forget it. Just use my own appearance. There's no one there that'll recognize me anyway. Fourth mirror, you'll be in charge of... It seems like I have nothing for you. Just stand by and wait for orders.
The sass of this lady.
Ah, standing by again. That's so boring. Next time, can you count down from 4 instead?
Return to the first mirror and prepare for the warp jump.
Preparation of the data spirit entity complete. Thought refraction at max power. Excellent. The first mirror. Let's get going.
By the way, have you noticed that there's hands on her hat? So I didn't notice that until somebody pointed it out.
Have a safe trip, Madam Herta.
May your journey yield good results.
Coordinates input complete. Preparing to activate spatial warp. Destination, unknown celestial body. Amphorius. Spatial warp countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Warp activated.
Brightness!
Oh! So that's Amphorius? Its appearance is, well, sure is unique. Second mirror. Prepare for thought refraction. It's time to send me in.
Alright, please read the safety protocols carefully.
Can't you hurry up?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah! My eyes!
I didn't expect it to be so turbulent. I should have asked the second mirror to use slightly less power. What a magnificent sight! Is this the entrance to Amphorius?
Sunglasses.
Let's see. Perhaps I'll be able to find a way in. What's this? A statue? It's ugly. I don't like it.
Dang, Herta, tell us how you really feel.
Oh, I finally found your traces. How esteemed must you be for the great Herta to come out personally? When we return, get ready to become free labor for the simulated universe for the rest of your lives. What's this? How creepy. Oh, it moves? Who are you trying to scare? It's either a projection or a fake. There doesn't seem to be much to take note of.
My deepest apologies, esteemed lady. I'm afraid that you cannot proceed further.
Who's there?
Your visit, although not part of my calculations, is a pleasant surprise. It's a pity that the preparations are not yet in place to receive you with the hospitality that someone of your status deserves.
Are you not going to answer my question? Who are you?
I have many identities, and I'm going to have even more in the future. But if you just need a form of address, you can use my common alias. Lycurgus. Lygus.
All right, Lygus. But you can't possibly think that I'm just asking for a name, can you?
Regrettably, I do not have the authority to share more information.
Hey, if I remember correctly, isn't Herta the emanator of erudition?
However, standards are always flexible. While not violating the ultimate agreement, I'm able to disclose this piece of information. As you thought, this is the entrance to Amphorius. Now, please, kindly turn back. Amphorius is not a world that you should be involved with, regardless of what kind of magnificent achievements you have accomplished. This place will not open its doors so easily.
You seem to understand me very well. Then you should know that I have no reason to listen to you.
Your reaction is completely within my calculations. Despite my long years as a Watcher, it seems like my assessment of human nature still remains accurate. From you, I'm able to sense a beautiful desire for knowledge. But my answer remains unchanged. Madam, it is with the utmost goodwill that I suggest you return to where you came from.
Let's assume for a second that I'm not so well-mannered, and that I insist on uncovering the secrets hidden behind you, Mr. Lygus. How do you plan to dispel this notion of mine?
You got me there.
Within the scope of the ultimate agreement, there are 178,244 logic chains at my disposal to convince you. After filtering through them, I have determined that I only require 3 to attain the results that I desire.
Oh? I'm all ears.
First, for reasons that cannot be disclosed, Amphorius is a completely isolated celestial body. Apart from me, no one else will be able to help you enter.
That's not a good argument.
Second, if your plan is, as you've alluded to previously, to force me into cooperating by showing hostility, do know that, just like you, I have basked in the gaze of the erudition. I stake my honor, and assure you that, in the worst-case scenario, our mutual destruction will be inevitable.
Oh? No wonder I couldn't find a back door. When I did a scan of our surroundings, the safety protocols on you are comparable to Screwy's. How interesting.
She called him Screwy.
I assume that you still wish to hear the third logic chain.
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
Third, even if you exhaust all your means and find a way to break through, you will surely give up once you understand the consequences of your actions. After all, throughout your long life, as much as you'd hate to admit, your conscience has played a crucial role.
What a brazen robot. You think that you can actually understand me through your paltry calculations? But since you put it that way, why don't you tell me what these consequences will be?
It concerns the third path that is entangled with Amphorius. A path that you and your friends still very much lack understanding of. The destruction.
Oh.
So, if you ignore my warnings and persist in your ways, you will break the shackles of a Lord Ravager. And when that happens, their fury will engulf the cosmos.
All right. We've completed the quest, everybody. Well, let's see. That should put us at, ah, there. But everybody, that is a perfect time to end here. But I want to thank you all for joining me today. But we're gonna go ahead and end here because this is a good stopping point. But I will be back on Saturday at noon EST. I'm gonna be doing a short afternoon stream because I have plans for the evening. But we're gonna be playing Zenless Zone Zero. We're gonna be doing Trigger's Agent Quest. I decided to wait until next week to do the 1.7 quest. But seeing as it'll probably take us not even the whole stream to finish Trigger Story Quest, after we finish Trigger Story Quest, we are going to be starting Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, which I'm really excited about. So everybody, hope to see you all then, but don't go anywhere yet because let's see who we can send a raid to today. Oh, Sweetheart is playing the Zenless Zone Zero story, so I will most likely have to lurk, since seeing as I probably will have to lurk, seeing as I haven't done the story yet. Actually, wait, hang on, let me. Actually, no, it's been a while since we sent a raid over to Sweetheart. Let's send a raid over their way. But everybody, please stick around for the raid. You do get 250 bonus channel points if you do stick around for the raid. And obviously, if you like the streamer, drop them a follow and show them some love. But we're going to send a raid over to Sweetheart, who again is playing Zenless Zone Zero. But everybody, thank you all for joining me today. Copy paste the first raid message if you are subbed, and the second one if you are not. Again, everybody, I will see you on Saturday for Zenless Zone Zero and potentially Pirate Yakuza. But thank you all so much for joining me today, and especially thank you to Aka AI for the raid earlier, trusting your community with me. And as always, everybody, I will see you all next time. Please go show Sweetheart the same love you showed me. And as a reminder, you're amazing, wonderful, and you can do absolutely anything you put your mind to. Have a good night, everybody. Love you all.